What's up, Internet? Today we're going to go through the configurable rider aids for the 2022 Suzuki Hayabusa Gen 3, right? Yeah, Gen 3. So Suzuki went pretty nuts with the electronics and all the rider aids on this bike. It has probably one of, if not the most expansive electronics package out there. Good thing is, Suzuki gave you almost 100% control over all the rider aids. There are 3 programmable user modes, and that's what we're going to go through in this video. So stick around. For the purposes of the video, I'm going to use my index finger because, quite honestly, when you're riding, you're going to use your thumb. It's just more of a natural feel, but my thumb is it's big and fat, so I'm going to use the index finger so that you can actually see the toggle buttons and the mode button while we go through this tutorial, if you will. So the 2022 Busa, Gen 3 Busa, comes with 3 programmable modes they call user modes, user 1, 2, and 3, and it also comes with 3 pre-programmed modes, A, B, and C. We've got A selected, and you can see that power mode is 1, traction control is 1. And if I toggle down, we can see B is power mode 2, traction control is 5. Traction control ranges from off and 1 through 10. So B is kind of split right in the middle. And then if we go down to C, we can see power mode is now on 3, which is the most mild of the 3 available power modes, 1, 2, and 3. And traction control is set to 10. If we continue to toggle down, we get to user mode 1. This is what I use and what I've got set up. And you can see traction control is off and power mode is set to 1, which is the full power mode, if you will. Power mode 2, interestingly enough, is only milder from closed throttle to half throttle. From half throttle to full throttle, it is the same as power mode 1. A lot of people think that power mode 2 is more mild throughout the entire open to close. Open to close? Close to full throttle, that's what I meant to say. But it's not. It's only from close to half throttle. And then power mode 3 is more mild all the way around from close to full throttle. So currently I have power mode 1 and traction control displayed on the actual TFT LCD screen. But you can actually select by navigating around. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Hit the mode button and it will toggle through all of the different configurable areas. So we're back up to user 1. So if I go down to power and then I hold the mode button, you can see now that the bottom of the TFT display actually shows all of the configurable options. So we've got power mode 1, then you've got the save, which you can select to save any changes you make. And as we scroll through, you can see it highlights whichever section you're on. We've got lift control, which I've got turned off. Engine braking is turned off, and quick shifter is set to 1. There are 2 quick shifter settings. 1 is the most aggressive. 2 is a slightly lesser setting that's really good for riding around town, or so they say. You can change what's actually displayed on the main TFT screen by selecting. And now you can see up top our odometer is displayed again, and up top we've got quick shifter 1 and traction control displayed. So if we want to go back to see our power settings, we hold the mode button down again. That brings up our submenu down above the odometer, and then we just toggle around. And now I can say I want to see what my lift control is. Select that, and it shows me lift control is off. And that will configure what actually gets displayed on the TFT while you're actually riding. So now we've changed what's actually displayed. We've got lift control being displayed on the TFT screen versus power modes, and we were going to change the value by simply toggling the toggle buttons here. So we'll go down and we can see we've got now lift control set at 1. You'll also notice that the user 1 profile name is outlined now, signifying that we've got unsaved changes is really what that means. So we can go all the way up to 10 because I'm frightful of wheelies. Once we've got our values set to where we want, then we're going to hit our mode button and hold it. bring up the sub menu, and we're going to toggle up because the word save is actually behind where we're currently at in the sub menu. And you can see that now save is highlighted, and we can hit the mode button, and then it's going to ask you what profile you want to save it to. User mode 1, user mode 2, or user mode 3. Or you can say, nah, I don't really want to save this, and you can select no and hit the mode button. But we're actually going to just say save it to 1. So now you'll notice the username or the user 1 profile is filled in instead of outlined, and we've got our lift control set at 10. And then I can hit I'm sorry, not hit, but I can hold the mode button down, and I can say, you know what, I don't want to see lift control anymore. Got it, thank you very much. And I want my power mode displayed again. So we've toggled all the way to power mode. We hit the mode button, and now power mode is set. And then we can do the same thing. We can change the power mode value to 2. And remember, power mode value 2 is only milder than 1 from closed throttle to half throttle. From half throttle to full throttle, it's the same as power mode 1. And that's an interesting detail. The devil's in the details. But I know there's a lot of people out there that won't read the owner's manual and won't know that unless somebody tells them. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to tell you that's the deal. I'm gonna cut all that shit out. So I haven't saved the power mode 2 setting that we just changed. So I'm gonna toggle back down, do the same thing again. I'm gonna hold the mode button till the sub menu comes up. I'm gonna toggle over to save. I'm gonna hit save. But this time, I'm gonna save it as user mode 2. And we'll select it. And so now we're in user mode 2, and we've got a power setting of 2. And let's take a look at what other values we have in user mode 2. So lift control is at 10, engine braking is off, quick shifter is 1. So basically it copied user mode 1 settings with our change in the power mode. So let's go back to user mode 1 and see what power mode is set there. It should be power mode 1. And there we go, back to user mode 1, power mode is 1. If we toggle back over to our user profiles, we can go back to 2, and you can see power mode 2 is on, and go back to user 1, power mode 1. So the last rider aid that we'll talk about here in this video is what's called hill assist. Personally, I think this is the most useless rider aid of all. Essentially, hill assist helps hold the bike from rolling when you're trying to take off on a very steep hill. Now, if you imagine in a car, if you've ever driven a manual transmission car, it can be actually quite difficult because you kind of have to place your heel on, you know, the heel of your right foot on the brake pedal and the toe of your right foot on the gas pedal. And you kind of have to manage that while your left foot is operating the clutch. And then of course your hand on the shifter. But on a motorcycle, I don't know, I feel like it's less useful because you've got a hand for the clutch, a hand for the front brake, a hand for the throttle, and you've got your gear shifter for the left foot and your rear brake for the right foot. And I don't know, I just feel like hill assist on a motorcycle, not as useful as in a car. But it's on the motorcycle. Let's go take a look at it. So this is a different menu we haven't seen yet. And in order to access the menu, you need to hold your toggle button down. And there we've got this menu that we can kind of scroll through with the toggle button. And now we've got our hill hold set. Hit the mode button and we can turn it off or on. It's as simple as that. As you can see, like most of the other electronics, I have it turned off. Yeah, a lot of electronics on this thing. In addition, you've got this thing called riding set, and I think you can pretty much access everything that we just went through. There's your power mode, there's your traction control, there's your lift control, anti-wheelie is what I like to call that. So I can select that guy, and I can scroll back down to off, which is where I want it. There we go, quick shifter. So you can actually come through here and change all of your settings, just like we did on the other main screen. I'm not sure. There you go. So if you hit your mode button, you can toggle horizontally to user 1, and then you can toggle up and down to get user 2 and user 3. So you've got two different ways you can access this, and this is probably more of a streamlined way because you, with less clicks, you have access to all your different configurable rider aids. So yeah, I think this screen is, I don't know, it's a little bit more condensed, easier to read, makes sense. So those are the two different ways you can configure all your different rider aids. All right, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. And those are the configurable rider aids, how you change display settings, etc., including the hill assist and the most useless rider aid of all rider aids ever known to mankind. If there's something I didn't cover that you have questions about, leave a comment down below. I'll get back to you. I think that's it. So keep the rubber side down. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.